This is the first video here introducing the people who are going to be doing our reviews. I myself will not be doing that because I'm an old man and I don't review things anymore. My arthritis
reviews the Playboy magazines.
My arthritis doesn't allow me to play video games anymore, and the only thing I'm good at is
crying about bullshit life.
things. So anyway, we have with us here Kevin, aka Mr. Cacamaniac, and William, aka you don't have an account right now, do you?
No.
That's great.
Of Chelsea.
But then Marvin's gonna get trolled if you say so.
No.
And they're still into gaming and stuff like that. So we just want to have a little conversation just to talk about the games that they're into, and what they think about video games in general. Even though right now they're currently just pricing their Magic cards.
$5.
Anyway, do you have your top 5 list memorized?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, what kind of games do you like to play? Like genre-wise, what are your favorite games?
RPG games.
RPG, okay, so he's our RPG
You
expert.
do not like RPG.
He do not like them. He loved them.
And
love to smash them.
William, what kind of games do you like to play?
RPG.
So we have 2 RPG experts here.
No, I wouldn't say experts.
No, I mean that's the whole point, is just to get the point of view of just regular gamers. So but what are your favorite types of games, Maniac? Like they call you?
I like.
Because you're a maniac.
I like first-person shooters, third-person shooters. I like shooting games.
Right now, what the hell is a third-person shooter?
Well, you see, you get a third person.
Yeah,
and you shoot them. Nice.
There's 3 people here. I'm the first person that shoots.
I was here first.
Sometimes I'm the third person to shoot.
Okay.
Never the second, though. That's very rare. We usually take a long break and then the dummy gets shot at the second.
So, third-person or first-person shooters, third-person shooters, and just shooters in general.
Yeah, I like sports games.
Sports games, yes. Yeah, I like sports games too. I'm not very good at them, but I like them. And William,
suck.
What kind of games do you like to play?
Single player campaign games like Fallout 4.
All right, but you play shooters as well. But I mean,
yeah, I play shooters. I just got burned out.
You gravitated, yeah. There was too much Call of Duty in the industry. All right. So what
sports games? Some sports games. I like sports games.
You haven't played a sports game forever.
FIFA. I play FIFA.
You don't even play FIFA.
Yes, I do.
We try
you
to
don't
get you
even
to play,
watch FIFA.
We try to get you to play FIFA and you never play. So yeah, you watch people play FIFA, but you never play it.
I enjoy it.
Anyway, primarily your favorite games, Maniac, are shooters, right? That would be like your number 1 genre. What are your top 5 favorite, or not even? I mean, you don't have to do top 5. Just what are your favorite shooters like of all time?
Like Modern Warfare 3. They had a nice balance to it, to where it wasn't too many kill streaks coming in the air and killing you. A game I would not recommend you, even though the vast majority of people would like that game, would be Modern Warfare 2. But you got a lot of people camping and just score streaks getting kills for you, and it takes away from your experience of actually being a shooter and going a one-on-one combat versus someone else online and seeing who's actually better, rather than a plane just coming in and just destroying you.
Okay, I was curious about something. Was Black Ops like that?
The first Black Ops, you had like a couple planes coming in. It wasn't that much.
Because I seen you use that chopper gunner. I mean, like, it was crazy how often you used that chopper. Is that what it was called, chopper gunner?
Yeah, it was a chopper gunner.
You used to get the most kills when you would get a chopper gunner.
Yeah, I mean, so it is fun, but it's not like you're not getting what you want out of a shooter. Like,
so you're not butthurt because it used to hurt you. You used to get a lot of points off of that, but
yeah,
even though you did, you prefer to just like
just one-on-one combat.
Out.
Like, what's the purpose of a nuke when you're getting this 25 kill streak, and then you're just ending your fun? You're on your 25 kill streak. You drop your nuke. It ends the game. And what did you get out of it? You just dropped one in. That's all that happened. But you keep going, progressing to the game, and you get more kills, and then you could put up a higher kill streak.
But they don't do that anymore at all, right? Like no modern games that you've been playing here recently do that.
No.
Like have something, just anything that ends the game immediately.
No, they went away from that immediately. I think they saw was a flaw.
Yeah, they saw their mistake. And then as far as what are they? Just kill streaks? That's what they call them.
Yeah, you got your score streaks. I mean,
they don't do that anymore either, right?
Yes, they do have score streaks, but they take longer to get. Like Black Ops 3 has a really fluid system, to where like the score streaks now, you get them from capturing objectives, and they reward you more for playing the objective, which is a good thing because normally sometimes you get people just sitting in the back and just waiting out, and I mean it is kind of playing the objective, but you get a lot of very defensive players. Rather than in Slayer, when you're playing Team Deathmatch or something, you'll get a vast majority of people just sitting back, and it makes no sense because you're just camping and you're getting rewarded for camping. And Black Ops went away from rewarding people for camping.
But you can still, like, it doesn't, because, I mean, there's camping and then there's sniping. And I think a lot of people...
But there's not many snipers. I think now the snipers are very mobile snipers, and they get up close and personal. And
so there's no traditional...
I think there's a lot of tricksters going around now. They're trying
is it like a lot of quick scoping now?
Yeah, quick scoping, no scoping, 360s and all that stuff.
360, but I mean, how do you... That's just pulling shots out of your ass, isn't it? 360s?
No, there's some skill to it. I thought... How? I thought there was just... some BS going on there, and no, it's legit, as you would say.
Well, how? Why is there an advantage to doing the 360, or is it just it looks cool?
It's a bragging.
They want you to see it in the replay and be like, "What?"
Yeah,
You're looking at it in the final kill cam, and you just got humiliated in front of the whole team, and you just got posterized. This
people just do it towards the end when like it's about to end.
Yeah, they'll look at the thing like. On a search and destroy match, there's like one guy left, versus just 1 versus 1. The guy will probably pull out a sniper and try to get you on a no scope or just a quick scope or something like that. A trick shot.
So that's a non-factor. It's just people being silly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said that what did you call them? Kill streaks? The rewards?
Score streaks.
Score streaks. What are they? Are they the same as like? Are they helicopters?
Well, you got about 15 score streaks, and they vary from UAVs, RC cars, remote controlled RC cars,
which is
RC
just means?
Yeah, exactly. Remote
control RC cars. So remote control car.
Remote control car.
Ah, okay. So is that like you're remotely controlling the control, which controls the car?
Exactly.
That sounds really hard.
Yes, and that's why it's the first kill streak you get.
Ah, all right. So, but how long? Like for example, the first one. How many?
The first one is probably 3 kills.
So it doesn't stay the same as far as
it used to be 3 kills for a UAV, but now it's 3 kills for a RC car. Yeah,
but for your first kills, to get your first kill streak is 3 kills still.
3 kills.
Okay,
and you don't have to have that.
Can you pick your?
Yes, you can pick which ones you want to grab.
So you could still have a UAV if you want.
Yes.
Okay, and they're not like crazy. The
5
first
kill
ones.
streaks. Like UAV is like a 5, I think.
Okay, and then when does the crazy aerial stuff start?
Around 15 plus, but only one airspace in time, and to get like a lot of people at 15 is like a tricky thing. Like,
no.
They'll tell you someone's going on a streak, and then they'll like everybody's gonna try to stop going in a direction. I mean, it's just for like amateurs going in one spot, funneling in, and just getting the guy a kill rather than using a strategy and going around.
Yeah. Which one do you like more, the UAV or like getting a remote control car or a missile or something like that?
When I play, I run UAV, counter UAV, and a care package, because the care package is just my scrubness. I don't want to work at my kill streak. I want to get my kill streak given to me.
So the care package is still where they give you random.
They give you a random thing out of your package.
And one of them could be
the best kill streak, a Wraith or a Raps.
So like, it's not, but it's not like how it used to be where there was just stuff in the air all the time.
No,
it's gone away.
That's gone away completely.
Yeah. So is it?
All the planes are easy to shoot down. There's like 2 rocket launchers, and usually
one rocket, one kill?
2 rockets, and they're gone.
2 rockets,
one UAV, 1 rocket.
Okay.
A helicopter, probably 2 rockets.
Oh, you can kill the UAV too.
Yeah, you can shoot the
that
UAV.
way for
yeah,
a
it's
while.
been like that.
Okay. So, you like that they went back to?
Well, they're starting to change because they saw Advanced Warfare was such a big. I mean, they broke records selling it initially, and then people stopped playing because it was too much of a change. And I mean, although people were asking for the change,
like
well, they had like a triple wall jumps and like really ridiculous like halo jumps in the air, and people did not.
This game doesn't have that. You would think.
Well, you have like a thruster, but you're on the timer now. It's not a ridiculous floating warfare like we're flying with jetpacks in the air. Even though that sounds cool, it's not.
But that's why you buy Halo or these other games.
Yes, I don't buy Call of Duty for that type of combat.
Yeah. You want it to like be running around and shooting people. So this new one's eliminated sniping altogether, like a traditional sniping.
No, traditional sniper is still there. I use traditional sniping just because I'm trying to be more efficient with it. Only when I run with teams, that way they have my back. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have a trip mine which kind of replaced the claymore. You just tag it, throw that against the wall, and it got your back. But sometimes those things are fail-proof. If somebody's wearing a flak jacket or a blast shield or something like that, then it's not going to be a one.
But at least it alerts you. Like if you're sniping and that thing goes off, you know somebody's
someone's up on
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the melees, the stabbing and all that, they changed it to 2 stabs for kill when it used to be.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, back in the
Or
Modern
does
Warfare.
it? I mean, I shouldn't even say that. Does that suck?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I do miss going up to somebody running around with my combat knife, which the combat knife I believe is still a one-shot kill. But if you're just running around with your gun and you're hitting them with the gun, it's just
So your melee now is that hitting them with the butt of the gun?
It hits them with the butt of the gun. And
it just doesn't kill them?
It just weakens them pretty weak, and you could back off and shoot them. Like a couple times they die, or you can just hit them again if you got enough time. Most of the time they'll turn on you and they'll get you.
Yeah, that does. I mean, because I think that you do reward people for like getting that close to somebody.
Yeah.
The reward used to be that you would be able to stab them and kill them. Resistance was like that, wasn't it? Where you would hit them with the back of the gun. You would have to hit them twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was stupid too, because it's like you would hit Chimera twice and they would die, but you would shoot them with an M16 and it was like nothing would happen. Yeah. So, but we were talking about your top list. You said your Modern Warfare 3 was your favorite.
Well, I'm not going like. I'm just generalizing like my favorite games. I'm not saying like that's. And this is not my top.
No, without saying this is the number one game.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just like these are games that, as far as shooters go, these are like the best shooters you've played.
That I played,
like,
yes. Yeah. I like Conker's Bad Fur Day. I don't. It's not really like.
I'm
going Nintendo 64 here.
Yeah. But that just goes. How old are you, by the way?
22.
So 22. So 22. I thought you were 23. So that's just like to show. It's not a bunch of old geezers here to show people, you know, how far back you go. You know, or depending on your age, that's kind of like the beginning of when you started gaming, like seriously gaming. Was around when Conkers came out, right?
Well, not seriously, but it was one of the games I really enjoyed playing. Like
you spend a lot of time playing.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah,
had a good story to it. It was really funny. I probably played it a little underage, but yeah, it was a fun game.
That game was like rated R, wasn't it?
Or M for mature.
M for mature, which is rated R in the movie world.
Yeah.
So Conkers, and then the one you're currently playing right now is?
I'm playing a lot of Destiny right now, but I am
You would put that on your top 5 list?
Yeah, I'm fluctuating. I'm in and out of the game. It's just they're making a lot of changes with it, but it's a really good it's a variation of Titanfall, Halo, and Call of Duty all fused in one.
So that's, yeah, and you say you like shooters, but that's like, is there such a thing as, I mean, it's a shooter RPG. Do people call things shooter RPGs? Is that a thing?
No.
Nobody calls it that?
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
we're going to coin the word shooter RPG. Because what would people call that and Fallout?
I think people would call Fallout just an RPG. It's just...
But with
it's
Fallout,
on the same level as a Skyrim. I mean, it was made by the same company.
No, I get that part. But with Fallout, you go into a first-person shooting, don't you? When you have a gun, it's like it looks like a shooter when you're running around. So like whenever somebody says the word, like I'm older, so I'm 38 by the way. I know. So whenever somebody, I've been playing video games since the Atari, so that just
since God has made the earth, He has been roaming the land trying to play video games.
It took. I had to wait 10,000 years before some. Actually, the Earth is only 6,000 years old, so I had to wait 6,000 years before somebody eventually invented
6
video
billion years.
But I'm sorry, I'm drinking a beer. The hell was I saying?
That you're gay.
Something about shooter. Oh, right. Whenever you would think about an RPG, you would think about magic, and you would think about you would think about things like that, like swords and staffs and wizards and all that shit, archers and stuff like that.
Leveling up and getting loot and gear.
Yeah, which those games have a lot of that. But the gameplay itself, what the action part of the gameplay is shooter.
Well,
right?
that you could call that an
First-person
action
shooter.
RPG.
Well, yeah, but you had that with the stuff like Baldur's Gate and those like dungeon. They call those dungeon crawlers. I just what was a good like example of an action RPG? Like no, that's not good. But just stuff that like you had the turn-based RPGs like Final Fantasy. And where you would just wait for the other guy. Does anybody do that anymore?
No.
Nobody. There's no game.
They've actually gone away from going like turn-based RPGs with the new Final Fantasies, and I kind of don't like it. I don't know. I'm just.
But
I'm
surely
just
somebody.
old school.
I haven't seen any game that has turn-based.
Turn-based has gone away. People have not been patient enough, and that's a big problem with.
Which I
but that
find
was
a turn-based.
Yeah, that was big for a lot of people. Why would you erase something that? I mean, it's up to each individual game, but you would think there's a game that would do that, like 1 or 2 games that would still do that. Okay, so nobody does that. But would you guys be like that? Would be fine calling those games shooter RPGs, right? Like
well, actually, there's a game called Massive Chalice, and it's kind of turn-based. It's kind of like.
That's one of those downloadable.
It's a Xbox One free download, came out earlier this year, and it's kind of turn-based. It's like you explore the map and you're fighting these guys, and you recruit your warriors and you level your kind of warriors up. It's kind of like turn-based. What is turn-based? It's not kind of turn-based. It is turn-based, but that might be the only one I can think of right now.
Okay, but we're not. I mean, you guys aren't. I mean, if we were going to review turn-based games, you guys would be talking about old games.
Yeah.
Which we would probably do later.
Yeah.
But
that's not what we're here for.
What's your favorite part of
Destiny?
Destiny. I was going to say Infinity again.
Infinity and beyond. I like the fact that they made a game that you have to go out and if you don't like the way I started, I didn't have that many I had just got my Xbox. The game had just came out. I didn't know anybody because I was a PlayStation guy, so I came to Xbox not knowing anybody. And they have a forum-based system where you could go on there and look for a group for you, and you can do a raid, which is a social activity of 6 guardians going out and defeating a boss, kind of like a World of Warcraft event, something like that. You know, you go out and
what do they call that? Questing?
Yeah, kind of like you know, so you do a raid. They call it a raid.
Okay, raid.
And so they got that, and that's really fun. That's usually where you get your best loot, your best gear, and that's a really fun part of the game. is meeting the people and strategizing and getting better.
Okay, so but you coming from like before this game, had there ever been an RPG like just a regular RPG that you played a lot, or like did that stuff? Like, did you like that stuff? The leveling up stuff?
Yes, I did.
You
love
did
that.
like that stuff. So you do like RPGs, but you were like primarily like shooters. So this kind of gave you the best of both worlds.
Correct.
Okay, and but you were saying like, all right. So you like that part about it, and when they came out with the game, you liked everything that they were doing with the game, and then stuff happened that started pissing you off. What pissed you off about the game?
It's when they're saying they're gonna...
Let it out, man. You were letting it out yesterday. Let it out. What did they screwed it up, right? I mean, it's not screwed up beyond reparation, because I mean, they lost a lot of people. It's because of, the new games that came out. They started losing a lot of people, but that you could see that happening. But you said that they didn't handle it right. What didn't they do right? Like,
they just gave a big middle finger to the veteran players.
Okay, how did
How
they do
so?
it? Yes.
What happened was that during these games coming out, they released this past 2 weeks ago from today. Today is December the 6th or
It is?
5th.
Damn.
Is it already?
The 5th or the 6th.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta take my cholesterol medicine. I'm due.
You're due 2 weeks. So they dropped this refer a friend, and me, that I have 3,000 plus hours into this game. And
Wait, hold on. You said they dropped what?
a refer a friend.
What's
like,
that?
It's this program that they have where you refer somebody that you know, or refer another player to buy the game and buy the DLC for it, and they would reward you with cosmetic items.
Okay.
They'll give you a sword, a shader,
And that
an
was
emblem.
always there. That was there
This
before.
just came out.
Oh,
with
this just came out.
This
Okay.
is their fix, quote unquote, of trying to get people to stay on Destiny rather than go to Black Ops or Battlefront or Fallout. Because they're really romping it right now. As Fallout is ranked #1 right now, and
I should play it more.
yes.
I bought it and I've only played 8 hours.
You jackass! You just ruined your review of the game. Anyway, but So what?
So what happens is I have 3,000 hours. And I want these cosmetics. I'm into getting everything. The way I play games is I like collecting everything. I'm the type of gamer that'll go around every crevice and crack and search everything to try to get everything. I don't like leaving anything behind. I want everything. I'm greedy. So when they said they dropped these shaders and this sparrow, the emblem, and the shader, they said, oh, if you refer your friend, you could get all this stuff. And well, I was like, I referred 10 friends to Destiny. Let me have them confirm this for me, and why can't I get my stuff? I referred way more than one friend to their game, and they're just like...
So you're saying that you had 10 people that because of you, they bought the game.
Correct.
You got Destiny 10 new customers.
Yes. And I get nothing for it because I don't have any proof, and they just came out with this now. So the veteran players, once again, are getting shafted.
Okay. And that's it.
You follow questions.
Just to let you guys know, these guys are not like, this dude's very aware of the microphone. He can't be himself because the microphones. But that's what we want to bring is like reviews from gamers who are just like in it to game, and I'm trying to get them to let loose.
Well, you're a horrible interviewer, first and foremost.
No, make the rage come out.
First and foremost, you suck at interviewing.
How? What?
It's called follow-up questions, man.
I've been like.
You've been very like.
No, I'm setting you up. You would agree. I've been setting them up the whole time.
You've been very solid.
So,
you gotta be more liquid.
So I'm gonna be more liquid. So what's the problem that Destiny is faced with right now? Because you can't blame them for wanting to have new people in the game, but you're saying that they're pissing off their old people. So what did they do wrong? I mean, you already said that they did that was the first thing, right? But there were other things where they screwed up.
Leading up to this, when the DLC dropped, they had the program for the Taken King, and that was like, hey, hello Guardian, here's a new Guardian, let's make him all of a sudden level 25, let's give him all the good rewards. When we're down there playing Crucible, doing the raids and everything, it tends to be that the shittiest player out there gets all the good rewards, and that really pisses everybody off. And that's the randomness of the game. Instead of you trying to earn your stuff and you getting awarded for you doing good, you get nothing. The majority of the time, sometimes you do get stuff. I can't really say that as a certainty, but it's all random. And
but you're saying that there was a lot of people that came into the game and got a lot of good shit.
Yes, I know a couple people that just came in right off the bat and got shit that I didn't even have, and I've been playing for 3,000 hours.
Damn.
15 hours in the game, the guy gets shit that I don't have.
Oh, that you don't have. So it's not even the fact that they put them up to a crazy high level. They're rewarding them with things that the veterans don't even have.
Yes, and it's all their system. It's not them physically saying, this guy just came in, let's help him out. Okay, it's their system of their reward system. Okay. It's a broken system. Instead of you going out questing, doing a very difficult task to get rewarded for something, you're getting maybe something. Why the hell do I want to play something if I know I'm not going to get shit? I mean, that's what people are now, you know. The grind was good back in the good old vanilla Destiny days, where you had to go out there to the patrols, grab all your materials, and that's how you earn materials. Well, people keep complaining about everything. Well, look, let's go complain to the forums because I'm tired of collecting shit for an hour. And the next patch they did was, we're selling the stuff now because people are too lazy to go out and collect their own materials. So now we're selling it. And then, let's make this more expensive, this more harder. It's like, I like the toughness of the game. I don't like them making the game easier. That's not fun. Why is it fun to go through something and burn through something really quickly when you run out of content quick? You really run out of content quick.
Okay, so but the company, you would agree that the company has to do something because they have, or who makes that game?
Bungie and
okay.
Activision, Infinity War, one of those.
Probably not even.
It's Activision.
But okay. So but you would agree that they have to do something because of these other games that are coming out, right? I mean,
yes, I mean, because
your complaint is not leave the game alone. It's just
because I go back to the game is just
the way they handled it. You think they handled it wrong?
Yes, and then another example is back when. And I know this is irrelevant to you, the names I'm throwing out, because you haven't really played the game. But there was two. There was two weapons out in the game at one point, and there was two hand cannons, the Thorn and the Last Word, and those guns owned the game. If you had those guns, you pretty much owned the whole game. Well, what people began to do was they got their teams. They went into a rumble match, and they were boosting to get the Thorn, and then you got people that didn't play Crucible. And you had them with that gun, so then the market, everyone started having the gun. So everyone's now using the gun. So Bungie's like, oh, we made a mistake. Everyone has this gun now. Oh, we're going to make this gun very weak now. And we're going to make some other gun really strong now. Because everyone's complaining at this point. They're like, I'm tired of getting killed by this gun. And I'm tired of this and that. But they don't realize that the community is at fault here as well. With them trying to fix stuff. You can't just say, we're going to fix this, and then they're going to do the same exact mistake, and they're not following like history. Historically, they're not seeing their mistakes.
Okay, so instead of, like, what would have been a better... Would you agree that those guns were, like, overpowered?
They were exotic weapons. You had to earn the gun, so I wouldn't agree completely to mess with the gun or completely destroy the weapon, because they made them completely irrelevant. Then why even put the gun in the game to begin with? So
you're saying it was cool because they were hard to get, so not everybody had them.
Yes.
But then they made them easy to get?
No, then people, the community themselves, the complainers,
that the guys who earned the gun.
They found a way to go out there and boost this stuff.
Boost.
So it was still random for you to get the guns. So because the Thorn was triggered on an exotic quest that you had to get from the bounty tracker, and the last sword was just a random exotic drop that you found doing a random event, doing a nightfall or a raid. So what happened is that the community themselves that were complaining began to get the guns. And now they're complaining because everyone is using the guns. Even they're using them, and they're still complaining.
So while, let's say you were in charge of that, how would you have solved that problem?
I would have honestly not touched the gun and touched other guns to make them on par with that gun. But not exactly on par.
Because
those are exotic weapons that you can only hold one exotic in your slot. So why would you... It makes no sense to have a legendary on par with an exotic.
So what they did is they raised the legendary guns.
They raised the legendary guns
beyond the exotics.
Beyond the exotics.
Beyond.
Oh, I can't say, but because the exotics went down, so they might have just dropped those hand cannons down and raised the pulse rifles, which would ended up happening. And the same thing happened in the past with the Vex Mythoclast, the pulse fusion rifle, and the Suro's Regime, the auto rifle. They were very powerful, very used weapons, and when everyone started using them, they became irrelevant because people complained about it. And this is what's going on again. It just keeps happening. They need to do something about it. Rather than nerfing the gun itself, they need to power up everything else that's legendary related and leave that on par.
Or what about just like slightly reducing, not nerfing it completely, whatever the fuck that means, but slightly reducing it. What the fuck does that mean?
Nerfing mean?
Nerfing means they're reducing it. Have you ever used a Nerf gun?
Yeah.
And a real gun?
Yeah, I figured.
So a real gun can kill you. A Nerf gun is the lower part of a real gun. They're making the gun a joke. They're lowering.
So
the
they
power.
took it to an extreme. So like, let's say if they would have just lowered the power just slightly. Because that would have been a better solution than just... Because then you're having to reprogram all the guns. But if you're just lowering that gun slightly, then you solve the problem without having to retweak every gun in the game.
Yeah, that would work too. The problem is that that's not what they did.
No. I know that's not what they did, but I mean, it would have been
That's a solution.
A better solution.
That was a better solution, equally as the one I said. But it's not what they did. They really... just said, let's just make these irrelevant because we don't want to hear people complain. And then the community themselves pressing Bungie about it. They're pressing the forums that we're tired of this. We need this now. We need this now. That's not helping the company because they can't get the job done. People are not realizing
but so the company, they may have screwed up, but the company was trying to react to what its customers wanted.
Yes, and people... Irrational people can rationalize it because they're irrational.
You're calling all these people, you irrational motherfuckers listening to us, shut the hell up. Do not complain. Just take it and go.
Look, there's one thing to complain and there's one thing to comment. Well, you don't go up to the hand that feeds you and say, hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
You'll be like, hey, slightly, there's an order there. You gotta be real about some shit, man. You gotta just tell them what's up. Without being vulgar or anything. You don't need to be telling the company, hey, fuck you, you fucked up this gun, I'm done with your game. Okay? What is that going to do? The company's going to be like, bye.
Yeah.
They don't care.
So how long, when did this whole thing with them like really giving it to the company and the company changing it, how long ago this happened? What was the last DLC?
The Taken King drops around... 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Is that around the time that they also modified the guns?
Yes, they did a weapon quote unquote balancing that they really didn't balance. They didn't balance shit.
Okay, so and then after that, when was the big game that came out right after that? Was that the one that really took a lot of their subscribers?
Halo 5 was the first one that came out.
The first one?
And
that's Bungie also.
No, that's not Bungie.
Oh, that's not Bungie.
Bungie, they left.
Okay.
They're not working with. They didn't work with Halo anymore.
Okay.
That's why you get in Destiny, you get a variation of the old Halo, like kind of a slight bit. No, when Halo came out, a lot of people left because they were already fed up with like the weapon tunings and all this other stuff, and it was just an accumulation that's been going on. It's
But don't you think that these people? Let's take it all into account, right? You got Halo, you got Black Ops 3.
That was like
you got.
Not at the same time. It was
No. But let's just group it all. All this happened within a 6-week period, right?
Yes.
Starting with Halo, you got Black Ops 3, and then you got Battlefront just released. Was there another major shooter that came out?
Fallout came out.
Oh, and oh shit, I forgot about Fallout. Okay,
Fallout came out, and then Star Wars came out.
And then Star Wars. So you got. Don't you think these were things that like people were gonna leave no matter what?
But the company should plan for stuff like this.
No. Well, I'm sure they did because they released.
Well, they released something in October, but I mean that did nothing. I mean, you released. Well, I mean they did release, so yeah.
Yeah, you can't blame them for not being all knowing. I mean, they know that their competition is about to release game after game. The other companies, whatever. So their plan was to release. Content right before that.
They released content that was basically all based on like microtransactions. So you had to go and buy stuff, and instead of just like here's some content. Instead, I'm not all for the freebie. I mean, I do like getting like stuff for free, but they could have done better than what they did. They was like a desperation move. They threw that out there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we need this to work, and we're throwing a Hail Mary. It's like. Hopefully, we could catch it, and they didn't. They didn't do nothing.
Okay, so the problem they're being faced with right now is one of the things they're trying to do is they're trying to get new users, right?
Yeah.
And they're so worried about getting new users that they're pissing off the veterans by giving the new users too much. But you would agree that the company needs customers to survive. I mean, you still like Destiny, right?
Yeah.
So you still want to see it do good.
What happens?
So how do you balance that? How do you like keep your vets happy and bring more people in that are making the big purchases as far as like the game and the DLCs?
Making the reward system more based on your success, your efforts. Well, not much efforts, but your accomplishments. If you've done much in the game and you do good, then you should be rewarded wealthily. You can't just go in there 0-15 into a Crucible match and come out with the best reward. That's
okay. But what happens when you get these new? I mean, because now they're selling everything in a package, right? So you are having some new people on there. But would you say also that it kind of sucks when you go into the game and they wreck your ass because you ain't got shit? And they just like destroy you. Does that happen, or do they separate the really good players from the?
No. Everyone's mixed in together.
Yeah. So if you're a noob, you're just gonna get. I mean, noobs get owned anyway, no matter what game you're in. But can you let's say you're a noob, right? And let's say you don't have. This is a hypothetical because they're already giving noobs everything they need to get into the game. But let's say you didn't have all the rewards that they give you. And you just came in, how long before, and let's say you're good at shooters, like you're like a guy that came from Call of Duty and you're not a slouch. How long would it be till you have the gear and stuff and the guns and stuff to be competitive with the best players there? Would it take you like a week of grinding and you're good to go?
Yeah, just about. I mean, it's all depending on how much work you want to put in there. I would grind a character. Back when I was still searching for my Yellowhorn rocket launcher, I would get a character, level them up, do the Nightfall, do the raid, delete the character, make a new character, go through that again. But it's just because I'm a hardcore player like that.
Oh, so like you can, so the things that you get, they're not specific to the character. You just get to keep them.
Yeah.
No matter.
That's how it used to be.
It's not like that anymore?
Well, now they got like certain quests for certain characters.
And you can't, like, if you get loot in that end of that quest,
no, you can still transfer it. They got a vault system, and like it's basically your ATM. You store it in there, and then you can pull it out with whatever other character you got.
Okay. But just to end the conversation as far as that goes, you still play Destiny, right?
Yeah, casually.
How casually, not hardcore anymore?
I still really like the game. It's just I'm just waiting for them to really balance the weapons.
Well, like of the people on your buddy list, what was your core group? How many people was the group that you played with? How many people was that?
The group that I played with was I had groups throughout the whole day. I had the 6 man
I get that,
but the whole day. And
so,
whether there was the same guys or different
let's
guys,
say
about 20 people.
20, okay. Out of the 20, how many are gone because of the other games?
6.
6. So there's still 14 people playing the game?
Yeah.
So you didn't leave because because your buddies weren't there anymore.
No.
You just left because you got tired of what they were doing?
We're just getting tired of the same old shit they're up to.
And
they can't follow history and see that what their mistakes are, and they keep repeating the same thing.
Well, but does the new games have anything to do with what games are you currently playing of the new games? Are you playing any like in the?
I go not seriously. I don't play any games seriously other than just Destiny. I could still say I play that seriously. I at least log in there every single day and put like another 2 hours into my 3,000 hour collection.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, but so it really was like it was genuinely because they're doing things that you don't like.
Well, I would deal with it in the past. It's just now it's just become the same thing over and over. It's just the same old song sung over and over.
Okay. Well, I mean that just may be that a person can't play the same game forever. You eventually, maybe you think their plan's gonna work of just having this game be supported for. I heard 10 years, but 10 years, is that realistic? That's not realistic because with gamers you have a short attention span. Not as far as like the time they put into a game, but as far as throughout the year, they'll jump to another game that they've been, because gamers aren't just like. This is the only game I play and that's it.
I mean, Call of Duty has their sound strategy. They release a new game every year and they break records every year because people want the latest new game. They don't want to play the same old thing unless you're dropping new content. Occasionally, like every 2 months, keeping it fresh. Yeah. Then I mean, it's gonna cost more, but there's ways that they can do that. And how often do they drop DLCs? Not the rinky-dink like change the skin on the guns. We've gotten 2 DLCs, but I don't think any of them were true DLCs. Well, how do you mean? Because all we get is, here's the same gun. Let's just paint it black. No, that's what I mean. How many DLCs have been where like there's new levels and new? I mean, both of them had new levels and everything, but. And the character classes, the real true DLC was the one that just came out, the Taken King. So that was gave you another subclass. And you said that you would have called that Destiny Part 2. That's how big it was, right? Yeah, I could call that like a second part of the game. So you got burned out on that like within 2 months? Because when the game first came out, you played that for how long? 6 months, like just grinding for 6 months. 6 months. And that's a long time to play a game if you think about like the games that are released throughout the year. So and this one didn't. So I played the House of Wolves for like about a month, and then that really burned really quickly. I really did enjoy their Prison of Elders a lot, but they were having a lot of problems keeping that up too as well. So you based on looking at how the math has worked as far as how much you play, the more games they release, you're gonna spend less and less time. The more DLCs they release, you're gonna play them less and less. To the point where you think there'll be a day where you'll just be like, I don't want to play Destiny anymore. Yeah, and there's been days like that already. It's like I'd log on and I'd just be like, I want to change a pace game and I want to play a fast multiplayer game. So you think that model's just not going to work? I mean, the 10-year model, if that's what it is? Even if it was a 5-year model? Well, I think if they focus more on like one aspect rather than like try to keep both up, then they could make it work, but it's... But for you, like, let's say they released a major DLC with like it has a game's worth of content in it. 2 months from now, how long would you be playing that game for? Would it be like, because you only gave the last one 2 months worth of play? Well, I'm still playing it now. I didn't really give it like that's true. Months. I mean, you still playing it, so And I mean, there's still more to it. Like they haven't dropped all of the. They haven't revealed their whole hand, so they still have more stuff coming out on the way with this Taken King DLC. Like the Sparrow racing, like they're introducing racing, and I like that. It's like, why didn't this come out sooner? But I could understand from their business standpoint that they don't want to. They don't want to show you everything they have because they want to milk it. They want to milk it.
Well, because their plan is to be around for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like custom games. How easy would it be for a company to give you a custom game? And you would think there'd be custom games in there where you could go in there with your buddies and just mess around with like a certain type of weapon or a certain type of map, run schemes, run plans and stuff like that, strategize. And they haven't dropped that, so that's like shocking that they didn't do that. And that's another thing that that people want. And I know for a fact you ask 100 people if you want custom games in there, and I guarantee you, well, I can't guarantee you, but I can assure you
sure,
at least.
Why not? I mean,
yeah,
guarantee it. What the fuck? Whatever.
99 people will tell you yes, if not the 100. So I mean, that's something that people want. People want to not look the same as well. I mean, everyone's looking like the same old fucking Guardian out there with the same old fucking armor scheme, the same old fucking shaders. Why not make it more cosmetics? Like you can go in there and create your own stuff and make it more RPG-like. And customize your character more to your liking rather than having everyone look the same. The creativity needs to go up a bit. But I think that's what they're going to drop when they drop another major DLC or the second part of the game. Another disc of Destiny that will come out. And they'll drop that there so that they can have a way to bring you back in.
So and you know the way, what I'm hearing is all these gripes that or complaints that you have is because you love the game so much. It's not like we're just beating up on Destiny.
No.
The reason why you talk about it so much is because you love that game. That's like one of your all-time favorite games. And
if I was to rate my shooters, I'd put that at number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah,
what
number
would be
2,
number 1?
And number 1 would be obviously the game that started it all for me was Modern Warfare.
Okay, but out of those two, you put way more time into
this game. More time into this game.
Okay, so you just want to see them do good, basically, what it boils down to. But they still haven't lost you, so they're still doing stuff right. It's just
because they're keeping stuff very similar to the beginning, and then like the more they're differing from the way they started, the more they're losing me. So the more very different changes they're making with the guns, not being able to use the guns you earn, all that stuff is just too much. It's gonna lose you.
Alright, well there you go, man. That was very good. Well done. And anyways, just to round off, you said your favorite games: Modern Warfare 3, Destiny,
Conquers.
Conquers.
I don't know if that belongs on the list, but
it's your favorite.
It's one of my favorite shooters when you play on the teddy bear versus. Bear versus rabbits.
Bear versus rabbits. All right,
I'll have
to try to play that.
Squirrels, actually.
Mine are Jungle Hunt, Pac-Man, Batman, and Buck Rogers. Anyway, so William, the hell, dude, jump in, man.
Great night.
So,
live from Los Angeles.
You like Fallout? Why do you like Fallout? I mean, what do you think about the new Fallout?
Dude, I have played nearly 3,000 hours of Fallout.
No, nobody plays that much.
Nobody.
But what do you think as far as like Fallout compared to the last Fallout? What was the last Fallout? New Vegas?
Yeah, that was a DLC.
I've heard that a lot of people say that it's just that game with better graphics. Did they do anything different? Or is it just that game with better graphics?
It's just different story, like
So yeah, well, of course the story's different.
I mean, it's the same, but it's just a different story.
Because Fallout, all the Fallout's games, don't they take place at the same time? It's just nuclear bombs go off and you're in this wasteland.
Yeah, though this one actually shows you when the nuclear bombs go off.
Okay, so they're adding to the overall story, but then each game has a specific story for the main character. Okay. And what do you think about it?
So far, I've liked it. The graphics are amazing. And
yeah, it looks really good.
But yeah, I mean, they're all basically the same. It's just you play from a different story, a different perspective, a different character.
So is there anything that they did wrong that you don't like?
So far, I've like.
You couldn't find concrete, right? That's what the
Well, no, that was an easy fix. I just didn't think about it. But yeah,
go to the concrete store.
I like
Home Depot.
Yeah.
Where you
Find
can
a
get
home-
concrete
Yeah.
at a low price.
Yeah. Lowe's.
what I do. I think they've actually improved on the game.
How?
That's coming from somebody who hasn't passed the first mission.
All right. Well, stop saying that.
Well, what the
It's
heck
gonna
am I
sound
saying?
like-
I can't make
Just
stuff up.
say what you like about it.
I like that they added that you can modify your base, your encampment.
Mhm.
You can actually attract new settlers into your, I guess, home base or whatever they call it, and create your own village or whatever. That's pretty cool. And I like how they added way new ways to modify your weapons and create new weapons. So you can create pipe guns or something like that. You can create a poison a plank that you can use as a sword.
The John Cena gun.
Yeah, you get a
John Cena gun.
you get a bug that's poisoned. You get a piece of wood and you put them together. You got
What the hell?
Exactly.
That's wild.
That's awesome. They give you like
Yeah.
a lot of.
Creativity.
Well, Kevin was talking about in the last game where he wishes that they would let you make custom missions.
Cosmetics.
Well, you can do that in the game.
What do you mean, like by custom missions? That's what I meant.
Well, you can't do custom missions in here, but you can customize your gear, your weapons, everything. Like you can really get creative with that.
Like really, like there's a lot of variations.
A lot.
of what you can.
Like, well, it's Bethesda, so they do Skyrim and they do Fallout 4, and that's their whole thing. Just combining these plants to make potions or something like that, or putting your weapons together, or improving your armor to get better stats on your character and stuff like that. So this is even more than Skyrim. Like,
Yeah.
they added more, even though Skyrim was less than Oblivion, but
Yeah.
so
They do-
far I really liked it. I haven't played much, so I can't
Yeah.
say
but-
what's wrong with the game, but
Yeah.
what I've seen so far, I've enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, and as far as because I ain't gonna get a lot of shit out of you.
No,
but
he's played 3,000.
No,
he
I
knows a
got
lot
you.
of what he's talking about. I'm coming in from somebody, I guess, like a new perspective into this.
yeah, a gamer who hasn't played this game that much.
Yeah.
I guess you could call it. As far as
Going to Final
Just-
Fantasy. Shit.
yeah, as far as the direction of games, what do you guys think? You guys like where games are going just as a whole? I mean, me as an old guy, I mean, I've like come in and I used to watch like stick figures as people.
Like.
So yeah, I'm not even white, and I'm saying like a lot of times. I sound like Obama.
Yeah.
What I would probably prefer is for them to do more co-op missions. That would be more cool.
Yeah, and that they went away from that a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
PS3,
Resistance. That was
yeah.
the awesome part of Resistance.
Yeah.
You could sit
Borderlands.
you could sit next to your buddy and just burn through missions and kill a bunch of chimera.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't do that with games like Fallout. They try to make it massive online playing games where you just play with people that you don't know. And I guess that can be cool because you can meet people and stuff like that.
Wait, but Fallout's not.
No,
there's
Fallout has
but
no
the
online.
new Oblivion. I'm not Oblivion.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
That, from the little that I saw of Elder Scrolls Online, it didn't look fun. It looks like the same level over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, because one of the things that I noticed with Elder Scrolls was, so you got all these people just running around, right?
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening is they're all running around looking for something to kill to take loot. So when someone arrives, like what do they call that, Kevin? The spawning points, I guess, of these monsters.
Yeah, it was the same spot.
And what happened was those things would arrive, and then instantly 100 people would just like devour these monsters.
Dark Anchor events.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
just
that-
like it wasn't even fun.
It was just a lot of chaos.
pushing.
and-
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're not even hitting your stuff. That's
Yeah.
when Elder Scrolls Online, and we're going to talk about that.
I think
did
the
play much of
best
that.
where you can get the most fun is where you can limit it to like 6 people.
Yeah.
That you know, and you go do missions.
Yeah,
And that's what I like about Destiny. Destiny's got that RPG factor. Is I get my 6-man group and I go into there and we go and raid and tear stuff up.
Because it actually takes, like, you have to be strategic. You can't just go like, let's just go and push the spell button over and over again.
Exactly.
And then I remember you were just like pushing the heal button over and over, and you just kept healing people, and they were just like, and there was no strategy
there was no
to it.
fun
There
to
was
it,
no,
yeah.
yeah.
I like how when you put the single player campaign and add 4 people to it, you can play with 4 of your buddies. And then you can add strategy and all this stuff to it. But when you have just 100 people on the map or something, and that's exaggerated, but you have like 20 people to make it more realistic on the map, then it just becomes a button smasher game, and that's not fun. That gets boring very quickly.
One of the things I heard is like when you're doing it, like Call of Duty would be perfect for having a 2-player co-op in the campaign, because I love those campaigns.
Yeah,
you just go through them. Like
do you remember when they had the 3-player co-op? What was it called? The 3 when you play 3 versus 3, and I remember they got rid of that.
In what? In Call of Duty?
In Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, they do. They did have 3v. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they just got rid of that.
But the original zombie game. What was it? World at War. No.
World at War. Yeah. Okay.
World at War. You can do the campaign with 4 people, and that was really fun.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like you didn't get like just random people appearing and stuff like that. But I mean, just the fact that you could play the campaign, they don't even do that anymore.
No.
And that was cool. And I used to love going through because I went through Resistance, and I went through that one. World at War like a ton of times, because I was like, I'm gonna go through it with Ron, then I'm gonna go through it with you, then I'm gonna go through it with Danny, with Kevin, and it was.
And I never went through it because I didn't like it.
Yeah, you didn't like the game, but even did you go through a World at War? You didn't go. Through it.
Not with you guys, but I did go through it.
But that was really fun. And then you had like the levels that were like the really action levels. And you were like, let's just go through that level. Because that level was a lot of fun.
And they let you pick that one level and you just go through that.
And a lot of the developers, at least I read a while back, that they didn't want to do the co-op thing because it's like, well, we have to spend time developing the story for 2 players or 3 players. And you know, the thing about the conclusion that I came to was, who gives a fuck if you even acknowledge that there's another guy on the screen? Make the it's gonna look silly because it's like, you know, let me help you, and you're helping one guy, and there's these 3 other guys like, what about us, douchebag, or you know? But who cares if they acknowledge? Like Resistance was like, there was another character and nobody even acknowledged that he existed, and it was like, dude, me and Hale just saved the world from an alien invasion or whatever the hell the Chimera were. And it was like, and nobody even looks at me when they're talking to the characters. But who cares? I mean,
when you're playing, you don't care. You're just having fun that you're next to your buddy.
Yeah.
And you're playing, running through the game.
Yeah. And
destroying stuff.
And it made for some funny moments. Like you would go through stuff, and the other guy would do something really stupid to get themselves killed. Yeah. And you would just laugh. Or there was times where like you'd both be in there. It's like, all right, we're gonna go in here. You're gonna get the left flank, and I'm gonna get the right flank. And just to be a dick, you wouldn't go in there, and your buddy would be like, and you would see him die, and you just start cracking up.
Yeah,
and things like that. Like they robbed us of all of that. So I, you know, it doesn't really. They don't have to address the fact that there's multiple characters there, so the story has to like keep it. I know it's still, you still have to reprogram the game to have the computer players and stuff like that, you know, focus on 2 people and things like that. All that, I mean, yeah, that takes more, but I mean, it really adds to the fun factor of games.
The games where I've had the most fun were those.
Yeah.
Those where it wasn't. I've never enjoyed a game where there's too many people in it. It's too chaotic. There's always gonna be douches in there that don't listen and try to kill the whole group or something like that. It's not fun.
You're more into organized.
Yes, I want to be organized and go through the mission and actually enjoy my time there.
And that's one of the things that like Battlefront is taking heat for, I bet, because I haven't played it, but I've seen reviews where, you know, it's like it's just a bunch of chaos.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the thing about Battlefront is just the term, you know, Battlefront, you'd think that there'd be an organized effort to win the game. But and nobody has 20 friends or 19 friends that they can coordinate with.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just like it breaks down. So yeah, I mean, I shouldn't criticize Battlefront too much. I haven't played it, but I mean, if that's the case, then it's just like it's taken away from the game by just having it be chaotic. Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would have gone more in a direction where they can just limit it to, I guess 6 would probably be the best. I mean, no more than 6. And then if you could even pick like 2, 3, 4, 5, anywhere, any combination between there.
Yeah. That
would be perfect. And I would really enjoy that.
So, and another thing you could have is just have people drop in and drop out. Because you would probably be cool with having a situation where you would be playing Fallout and your buddy gets on and you're like, hey, help me with this quest. And then, have him help you and then he leaves and that's how you go back to the playing by yourself. So,
I mean, I guess you got the example for Modern Warfare. They cap it at 6, right? And that's the most popular one that people play.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at least one of the most popular. And do they cap it at 6 in
6 versus 6?
In Destiny?
Destiny, yes, it's capped at 6, but you can go in there and do 3 versus 3 competitive, which is the Trials of Osiris. And then they have the competitive mode that comes out, which is Iron Banner, and then that one's based on your level of play. So, like you addressed me earlier, and I forgot to mention, when a noob comes in, he's not allowed to enter that tournament with us. He can't, because he's not high enough level. Until he gets to the high enough level, then he can enter those Iron Banner. They're not really tournaments either. They're just the events.
Even with the freebies
they got, they still have to be a certain light level, which is another thing that is just dumb, because your light level is based on the loot you got for your armor, and if you play 3,000 hours and you haven't got good loot, which is the case very many times, that I don't get the loot that I want, and someone new comes around and 500 hours gets all the brand new good loot, then I mean that's bullshit. You gotta admit that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, from like what I'm hearing is most of the popular games are capped at 6 players. So
yeah.
I saw a little bit when Kevin was playing Elder Scrolls Online, and I did not enjoy that whatsoever. It just, comparing it to Skyrim and Oblivion, I much rather prefer to play those.
And just real quick, just to wind it up, because we've been yapping for like
an hour.
It's somewhere around it.
As far as
like we all 3 of us like sports games, and like me personally, man, I love what they've done with sports games. Like, love it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what it used to be like if you had like in pretty much any sport, if you had like an athletic player, everybody played like that player. So like I use NBA a lot, 2K and NBA Live. Like if you had Jordan and you used Kobe, they were the same person. And you use LeBron and Magic or people like that, they were the same person. Now like when you use Jordan's a bad example because he's like Superman in that game. But when you use like Kobe, you know you're using Kobe, and you want to use him because he's like Kobe. And then when you're using the dude from the Pacers, Curry, it feels like you're using
Pacers.
The dude
from the Pacers.
Reggie Miller.
You mean Reggie Miller?
Reggie Miller's not even in.
He's not even in the game.
That's the biggest crime ever.
Why isn't he? Does he not want to be in there, or?
I don't know, man. That's who knows.
Something we have to.
But he's like one of the all-time
Jordan
greats.
finally got in there.
Yeah, and he was the biggest dick about not being in games.
Yeah, he hadn't been in one.
He was in the NBA 2K like 2000. It was the last time. But anyway, so I love what
Curry with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, and just every player it goes from like if you played this guy, you play them all to like I want to play every team in order to get every player the feel of every player. You get the feel of the player
stuff.
Exactly.
Like when you get Kareem, you want to go in there and do sky hooks.
Yeah,
the sky hooks all day.
Yeah,
you get Shaq, you're going in the post and you're gonna go
backing
dunk on
up
somebody.
And
oh, he's Big Daddy Shaq.
It's making me want to play.
This is the Shaquille O'Neal show, baby.
Very well, man. But you got that with like Madden's progressed like that, and FIFA's gotten really good to where it went from being really arcadey in the 90s when I used to play to like being like really like simulation to where I think that's what you want from. So you want them to be simulators because I mean. that's what sports is. Or the sports games is you're simulating what is actually going on. Whereas, I mean, simulating a RPG is like there's no real world example of a magician doing summoning, dragons and things like that. So I mean, I really like the direction sports games has gone, and then racing games and stuff. I mean, that's gotten ridiculous. I mean, you really get the feel for these cars that you'll never be able to buy, but at least you get into where now it feels like you're driving them. To a certain extent. I know it doesn't feel like you're driving a car, but to a certain extent. But anyway, so we're gonna wrap it up. What were your top games of all time? You didn't.
Oh, mine.
William.
Final Fantasy 9.
All right.
Final Fantasy 7.
All right.
BioShock.
All right. Which one? All
the
of
first
them?
one.
The first one. That first time I cranked up BioShock, that was amazing. Yeah, these guys are like looking at magic cards again.
Oh yeah,
so we're gonna wrap it up pretty.
We
quick.
just got a card that actually.
What's it called? What's that card called?
It's called Zula Port Cutthroat for all the Magic the Gathering fans.
What does it do?
Pew! It is a 2-drop swamp, one mana, and it's whenever Zula Port Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
We just found that was in one of the decks that won a tournament or something.
Yeah, this was one of
one of the top 8 decks.
How much is that card?
I think it was like $6 or something like that.
I didn't know that.
I can't remember. I'm gonna go over that.
It's a popular card.
Anyway, but just
I might
to
be
round it up,
exaggerating there, but it's always good to do that.
Rounding it up, you said.
Oh yeah, the ladies. 1 inch,
7.
every inch counts.
BioShock.
And I'll say Fallout.
Man, so it's like RPGs. You really like RPGs.
Yeah. Oh, and FIFA.
And I think Modern Warfare is on everybody's list.
Yes, of course, I forgot. Modern
That's
Warfare.
on everybody's list.
That's my favorite shooter of all time.
All right, so we'll do another podcast because it's like there's too much to cover just in 1 hour. It's been an hour for real.
I have no idea.
Let me see. It'll say here.
Man.
I'm gonna have to edit this because it's an hour and 7 minutes long.
No, we'll cut. We have cuts. You can go back in there and cut.
I
didn't want to edit. I hate editing.
I think I repeated myself a few times, so you can probably.
No, yeah.
No,
well,
but
obviously you're gonna fucking fix it.
Anyway, all right, but thanks everybody for listening to the first podcast. Just introducing. I never said my name. My name's Cipote.
Cipote 94.
Yeah. So.
My name used to be Churn-Fun-Fly, but he kept died.
Yeah.
Churn-Fun-Fly's in the grave.
Cacomaniac and
I am on.
He's on Twitch.
I'm interrupting our viewer here to just say, have a good day.
Okay. Cacomaniac's the only one that you can find on Twitch if you want to follow him. He's, I hate to say this, but he's really good at Destiny. Oh. And now he's going to brag forever and never let us forget it. So if you want to watch someone good.
He said I was good.
Well, what do I know about this shit? I mean, I could be completely wrong.
No, you're not. You're
so shut up, man. So yeah, if you want, where I get on there and, we'll do commentary, kind of just... cut loose a little bit. But so if you want to check him out, it's Mr. Cacomaniac. He plays on the Xbox One. And just thanks for listening. And we'll get with you guys real soon. Just and we're gonna start doing the more reviews. So if
gamer tags in the link below.
I don't know what that even means. If you want games reviewed or something, put it down on the commentary on the comments. And just
congratulations to Portland Timbers for winning their first championship.
Review. We like everything around here, man. We're into.
We don't like everything.
Y'all want to talk politics? We gonna no. It's not.
We don't like everything. We're critical about what we do, and we're passionate about.
But anyway,
yes,
so thanks everybody. We're gonna cut it out because it's taking. This is like
This is a sick.
Shut up.
And I'm a Galaxy fan, but I'm giving them props because they have one of the best fan bases in them.
Yes, they do. And
go Lakers!
Yes.
1 in 15.
Yes,
we can
Kobe
do it.
for president. And all right, I mean, if Bill Clinton could have raped a girl and gotten elected, I mean, Kobe can. I'll cut that out. Jeez, I'll cut it out. Man, everything just got silent. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next podcast.